Well, it's got to the stage where we're now putting the red bits on. You've got to have the red bits. Very bit of neat painting around there. Today, done by yours truly. I think the lads are across the field playing on a 4-3-2. Now I'm going to do the wheel nuts now. Now some of them are for taking the wheels off, and other ones for splitting the rims. And if you get mixed up, it'll blow you in half. So the army used to paint all these smaller nuts around the outside red, and then the wheel nuts white, so you couldn't get confused. So bosh, here we go. So all these little ones should be red, like that. A bit of that, a bit of that, a bit of that, a bit of that, a little bit of that, and a bit of that. And it's equal like that. Nice thick paint, blibbity blib blib blib. And there we go. And then we'll have a very nice ferret. Shame we've got to sell it really, but you know, COVID-19, we can't keep them all.
We're going to look at this track marshal today.
Nearly finished. Got the track marshal. Oh, customer for a track marshal. Now he's a farmer, so he can still trundle around looking at things. Farmers, vehicle repairers, and we're both, so we're quite handy really. If I chose to go out, I can go out, but I don't choose to go out. Yeah, Robert, you look a bit like Rommel standing up in that. Yeah, the plywood would do. Yes, we're putting an extra seat inside it. It shouldn't have had one, but I just think this area where the radios would have gone would make a very, very nice seating area. And at the end of the day, it's also about practicality, which increases your fun on one of these vehicles. Ooh, look at those white wheel nuts. Don't they look nice? Yeah, it's all right keeping them 100% original, but at the end of the day, you've got to live with it. And if you've got half a dozen kids and they all want to go with you when you go tracking up the road to the sweet shop, you've got to have enough seating, haven't you? We've just varnished the shovel and the pickaxe, and the shovel is actually a new one. You could dig a hole with it, which is extremely rare on a military vehicle. The shovels are normally made out of like this, what do you call it, like a tinder. And as soon as you start to dig, they snap. I don't know, lately Robert's just been using the Bentley as a spanner wagon around the fields, and it's beginning to grate a bit, but it makes him smile. You may have to press the start button as well sometimes. Yes, he's happy. He's happy. Now, I should be using this more because lately there's this little program called the Grand Tour, and they've copied it. And I don't know, people would perhaps like seeing this bobbing around, Big Diva. But I don't know, I just got too many motors to drive really, and let's be honest, who's doing any driving at the moment? Are you doing any driving, Mr. Smith?
12,
he's chopping wood. Chopping wood. He's a very sensible driver, is our Robert. Well, when I'm not looking, he's got it airborne round the field. I know if he's been really deep in water because the footwells fill up, but generally he's pretty careful. With a little bit of Afghan workshop, we've actually got this now reliable. I can turn both batteries off from externally so it doesn't go dead on me when I leave it, and I can open the boot 3 ways, and none of them are the way you're supposed to open it. So if I do get a little boot problem like all Bentley owners do, I know just what to do. One more seat to do and then it's all finished. We weren't going to put one in the middle because it's not supposed to have one, but at the end of the day it needs one because it'll be nice. I don't always do my trim work now, but I used to do it all. It's a time thing, but I do quite like doing it, and at least if you do it yourself, you know you're happy with the quality. Hand stitching takes a little while, but so does taking it places and picking it up and waiting. Who wants to wait? Nobody. And the next thing, we've got to fix that hole in there. Chewing gum.
Sweetie, are you actually doing something constructive for a change, or are you just coming here to warm yourself up a bit? The -4 conditions.
You'll never know. I caught Robert warming something up with a blow lamp earlier, and I can't understand what he's doing. I'm sure he's just keeping warm.
Does he need to go to A&E?
No.
Well, Nigel will need to go to A&E if he tries it.
He could use a bit of therapy, but you don't need A&E.
So what are you doing?
This is a extra seat in the Ferret, so you can get extra kids in it when you go up when you go shopping or you go up do the school run. You shouldn't really have one, but I think it should have one. Again, the designers should have talked to me.
Just like when you're president.
Yeah, when I'm
or
the
Prime Minister.
There's been many changes in this country, all for the better. And one thing is, everything will have a 10-year guarantee. It may cost more, but it will have a 10-year guarantee.
Well, I'm not sure I agree with that. We've had this conversation before.
I don't like building obsolescence in. Everything should be made to function properly for a long period of time, and people should be proud of the work they've done and the quality of what they've produced, not proud of how cheap they've made it and how it's going to pack up in no time.
All right.
You got any knickers need sewing up?
I'm begging pardon.
You don't need to take them off.
Well, if you stopped wearing them, I wouldn't have to keep sewing up the damn holes, would I?
You say my bum's bigger than yours?
You cheeky shit on that note.
Well, how long have you been on this then?
20 minutes.
20 minutes? Well, you've not done badly, have you? Wow, I'm impressed. It's like 2 weeks' work. And this on the floor, what's all this? No, I don't know either. So now you're taking this channel along and you're taking that bit out of there. Okay. Now we're going to have to put fancy seats in this on a frame. How about that? It's all coming along and we're ready to fire it up, are we?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go and see Uncle Nigel. So it's getting very close. Okay, so the heat exchanger has now been replaced. That's that knobbly bit just there. And the radiator's back on. Have we got water in the radiator? Is it nicely antifreezed? Because it's going to need to be. Now, Robert's going to do the clever stuff and we're going to waggle some bits and kind of get it running and see if we can wake it up because it's been sitting a long while. We've been collecting fancy bits for this tank. We put a new pump, lift pump under the floor. Oh, that sounds a bit slack. It's smoking, that's a good sign. Oh, oh. Now the trick is to leave it running all day and then check on things like water leaks and oil leaks and stuff like that. It's a nice warm day to be doing it. We've got a nice mist coming down as well. We might have to get another vehicle and slave it. Best way to start an engine that's been sitting for a long time is with another 432 with a slave lead running across. And I'm busily taking this light guard off, which has seen better days. That's what you call proper patina. Okay, fingers crossed. There's no free heat on these K60s. It's basically a two-stroke and it starts on high compression. God, put you back into a rock. God, it's like an American movie, isn't it? When everything goes right. Over the years, I've learned that you don't have to undo these with the big old socket set. You can just give them a bit of a like that, and that just shears all the bolts off, just like that. And then you can just pull it off like that. Loads of time. Right, we'll do this one now. Oh, this is a bit stiffer. I might have to hit that hard. I'll have a cup of tea first. So that big lump up there, what was that? I wonder what that was. Some sort of radio thing. If any of you want to build up a radio vehicle, we are the boys with all the stuff. Let us know. Well, it's -4 in the workshops. Even colder than Afghan. Now, on the front of Kate's golf buggy, with the big hole in it, I've kind of put some bits of cardboard and got them roughly to the shape. Then the idea, with my bottle of fiberglass resin and some me matting, which is in a bag over there, we should be able to build it up in fiberglass, hopefully. Now this is me trim seat, and that's just about to be stapled down, and that I think it's gone off enough, but instead of it being 10 minutes, it's about 30, well no, it's about 4 hours to be honest, before it starts going tacky. Anyway, fingers crossed. Well, it's amazing what you can do with a bit of fiberglass. Now, you can use a brush, but once you've used a brush to dab in your fiberglass, you know you're going to throw it away. So I just use a bit of rolled up cardboard like that, and it works really well. Now, it's very, very cold in the workshop, so the trick now is to put a light in front of it, and hopefully that will make it harden. Hello, little sweetness, how you doing?
I can see if you're alright.
Yeah, I'm okay, darling. Looking good, isn't it?
Yeah.
There, that should warm it up. Then tomorrow, trim it up, fit it back on the buggy. All the trimming's gone away for the seats, and I reckon I've now finished this Ferret. This is this extra piece of trim work that's going to Velcro into the back there, which would have been the radio tray, and that would just be a nice bit to sit or stand on. And then I noticed Robert has there was one of these periscopes, and it wasn't a very nice one to look through, so he beat it out and put a new one in, and he's painted all that as well. Good lad, Jolly D. So tomorrow I think it's time for a test drive in this thing. I'm quite looking forward to it. I had it running nicely, but I've not actually driven it much, not since we did the front hub. So I'll get the tray plates on it. I don't know whether I'm allowed to go down the road. Vehicle testing. Apparently I'm a vehicle repairer. And Vanessa attacked this number that she's got with the MOD, and they've sent her what you call a disco immediately. So it is all recognised by the British Army, and with that it's easy to register and get your V5. So hopefully that little Ferret will be on the road in a couple of weeks.